Hello, beautiful earthlings. Light of Elaine here. Wanted to come on and provide you all with an energy update. We're in a very pinnacle time of transition and we're approaching the big month of March, a very mystical and spiritually charging month. So I was called to come on and share some messages with you and also let you know what will be happening so that you're prepared and not caught off guard. It's going to be the turning point month leading into our complete new beginning. So we've been working a lot to get to this point and we're almost there. But before, let's just connect. I am Elaine Rodriguez, an intuitive healer, energy alchemist, and soul coach at the LOE Healing Center here in Clayton. And I'm here to help you transmute any blockages and limiting beliefs and anything that's gotten in the way of you living your most fulfilling life. Thank you for joining. So let's just connect the energies. I have some sage going and just want to connect all of our spirits. So just close your eyes, connect to breath, deep breath in, slow breath out. Allowing the sound to settle your soul and fully arrive at our own sacred space here online. One more deep breath in. Hold. Slow breath out. Returning back. Thank you again for joining. So we had a big Mars retrograde. We only have Mars retrogrades every 2 years. That just ended a week ago. But it is still in the shadow aspect. Mars is a planet of action, war, sex, like all the things masculine. And Mars was in its detriment in Cancer for over a month, and it's still in Cancer. Mars is ruled by Aries, and so Cancer is more water. Mars does not want to be in water. In his feelings, and I say him because it's masculine, but it's not gender specific, it's just the planet Mars representing masculine energy. So Mars has been struggling. We've been in our feelings. The action has been very slow the past 2 months. You felt that January felt like a year in itself. Big slowdown, and that was lifted. It's starting to show more progression. This week we had a few days of no retrogrades, which was nice. And now on March 1st, we begin our Sacred Feminine, I call makeover. Now, the Venus planet is going into retrograde. So we had the masculine energy going through all the feels and ego death and really connecting to emotions. And it opened up a heart expansion, because when you have to go in and really look at things and there's no way around it, because Cancer energy wants us to go home, wants us to connect to our intuition. Our moon planet, our moon sign of Cancer is, so it's been like we're getting out of the waters and trying to get going. So now Venus, which is the planet of the divine feminine, love, money, value, all the things that we value, she is going into retrograde March 1st for 40 days. Now, those of you that are connect a lot to the Bible, there's a lot of times in the Bible where they had big events happen for 40 days. And I won't go into that, but I know with Moses, there was a lot that happened. So when you look at the 40-day number, 40s is that date, the number of big changeover. So what would that look like for us? They say that as we should not have actual cosmetic surgery during a Venus retrograde. You shouldn't propose to anyone on a Venus retrograde. We are realigning, and Venus is going to be first part of that retrograde in Aries and then move into Pisces energy, which she loves being in Pisces. But in Aries, she can be a bit of a whippersnapper, per se, a little hothead, very direct, very honest, very bold, like the Aries sign. So it's going to be a time for us to reinvent ourselves from the inside out. And that will also look like, spring cleaning, decluttering, redecorating. Think of redecorating your soul. Think of this Venus retrograde as 40 days to redecorate your soul from the inside out. I don't want you to be worried because it's a big retrograde for the divine feminine. And now we get to really slow down and really look inward. Now, we're in Pisces season, and there are 6 planets currently in Pisces. And one major planet is going to leave Pisces the end of the month of March, which I'll go into a little bit later. Pisces season is a dominating energy this month, not only because it's the season, but because so many planets are in Pisces energy. So Pisces is the dreamy fish sign. The fish swimming in 2 directions is the sign of illusions, is the sign of spiritual development, psychic abilities. It's the last sign of the zodiac wheel. So we are coming through a full closure. And I'm going to speak to the eclipses that are going to happen in March 2. This is why this update is necessary, because there's so much energy that is going to happen in March, and we're going to experience. So we have Venus retrograde going on for 40 days, starting March 1st. Then we have the usual communication retrograde Mercury, starting March 15th for about 3 weeks. We have those like once a quarter, like 4 times a year, about 3 to 4 times. So that's when you start to feel the technology issues, the miscommunications, the mishaps, and that forces us to slow down a little bit and review. And so it's kind of like a perfect situation for us, because we are already going to be slowing down with Venus. Yes, I'm being optimistic about it. So we're going to also go inward to review, to reassess, to redefine, to revisit. And then towards the end of the month, we enter Aries season, but we also have a solar eclipse entering the new moon in Aries. So Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, which is the beginning. So astrologically, the beginning is in Aries season, the I am sign, the sign of the child. So we are going through a rebirth process the month of March, being that it is so much in so many planetary movement in Pisces. We need to go with the flow and be in deep surrender and receive the spiritual energy and nutrients that we're getting from the cosmos, the neutrinos from the sun. We are to surrender. Pisces does not like structure. Pisces wants to go wherever it wants to go. And that's how we need to move. And I want you to really think about, because Pisces is also a very dreamy state. And I just actually started this, the new retreat that I'm having in April, and we're going to work with mermaid energy. But Pisces wants you to enjoy being in your dream state. So since we have the slowdown of the retrogrades, I want you to allow yourself to really dream in March. Really connect to what you desire. And we just had a new moon yesterday. We're still in new moon energy today as I film this, with new moon in Pisces. So it's a great time to write down things that are not complete, that still need to be worked through, and have those be your intention for the month of March, because when you enter Aries season, it's going to be this new beginning, co-creation that you've been working the past 6 months since our previous eclipse energy. So now on top of that, we have 2 eclipses this month. We have one on the full moon in Virgo on March 13th and 14th. And Virgo is the polar sister planet of Pisces. That's always the new moon and the full moon are always polar opposite. So Virgo is kind of very much different than Pisces. Virgo wants everything to be set in stone, figured out, practical, really big on healing the body, eating what's good for you, having the right supplements, taking care of yourself, getting things in order. So that full moon is going to be a blood lunar eclipse on the 13th and 14th. So that is the time where you're going to see a lot of big closures. So think of March being big closures and big initiations. So things that are not in alignment are going to fall off, because that's what eclipses do, especially during a full moon. Right now, we are experiencing this energy. Today, all the planets are aligned. It's a beautiful day. And then tomorrow, Venus goes into retrograde. So I was like, I'm going to do this video today because it's like perfectly aligned. So I do want to talk about a couple of spiritual downloads that I've been having. And when you're elevating, you're ascending, you're rising to higher dimensions, you're going to go through a lot of change, a lot of rebalancing, and that's going to mean outgrowing people that you once felt in alignment with. And sometimes it's not fun because we want everyone to feel like included and part of our lives, but we cannot defy what our spirit is telling us to do. And even though it may not feel good for someone else, you're still in charge of your own spiritual journey and honoring the sacredness within you. There's going to be times where you move in and out of alignment, and that's okay too. It's just understanding that you need to honor you as well as the space given to the other person. Another big download that I've been working through my own spiritual journey is facing the music. That literally just came through, to say it that way. There are things that we've tried to avoid and think that we could bypass or get around. And to really be on the spiritual healing journey, you need to face things that you didn't want to before, and know that everything's coming off of you through layers of awareness, of healing, of learning, of growing. So allow those layers to shed. And the energy of Pisces is very flowy and very nice. So it's a nice time to be in anticipation of what spring is going to bring and the new beginning in Aries. So it's definitely something to surrender to the divine and trust your path forward. I'm going to pull a few cards to see what messages come through for the month of March during eclipse season and these wonderful retrogrades. Okay. Spirit, please provide us messages of clarity and truth for the greater collective. You might feel bored being in these retrogrades because it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna like sit here and not do a thing and just wait for it to pass. And those of you that have been in a survival mode for a very long time, now is the time to no longer be in that lack mindset or that thinking. Think abundantly. Allow spirit to show you that so much is possible beyond what you currently are thinking and your state of mind. Any other? Yes, We may feel feelings of despair as we're growing through the changes and allowing Spirit to move us. The new life card. This is what we're moving towards, and we have the Divine Mother holding the baby with the beautiful flowers. Do you see? This is like spring's coming. The Divine Mother is birthing the child. And I know it's random, but some say that Jesus was really born in Aries season. Shh, I didn't say that publicly, but we'll see. We don't know, right? We do know, we don't know. We'll know eventually. All right, let's see. Let me get some tarot messages. I literally just regretted saying that after I said it. Two of Cups. Are you ready to commit to something that you love? So, Two of Cups, this Venus retrograde is going to impact relationships because those that are not solid may feel the rockiness of Venus retrograde, but those that are strong, they're going to make it through even stronger. And even recommitting to what you love in your life. That's what Venus is about. They're flying all over. Okay. King of Wands. What are you passionate about and motivated in your life? So think about when the King of Wands appears. It's like everyone move aside. We're going to do this thing. We're really going to be passionate. Thinking about your why. Thinking about what you're really after. What is the legacy that you want to leave? What do you want to know yourself for? What do you want to be known for and be about? Just going to get two more and then move on to other messages. Page of Cups. New opportunities are going to come about. New messengers, new information. When we're in retrograde, we get to sink into our heart and receive those messages. The moon, there's going to be a lot of activity with the moon this month, especially that blood lunar eclipse. So introspect. Go within and take those days, hold them sacredly to sink into your intuition and what you're looking for. And the slowdown, the Knight of Pentacles, is coming through slow motion, allowing what's going to happen, allowing the flow to flow, and connecting you to what you are most what you're going for, what you're leading yourself to, where your new beginning is going to be about. This is a big transitional month. And then the Fool, the new beginning. I love when the cards align. So we got the new life, the new beginning, totally on point. Being introspective, looking for new opportunities, connecting to the slowdown, finding out what you're really passionate about, committing to those that you really love, and the life that you really love. Like, what do you value? What you value now is vastly different than what you valued a year ago or 5 years ago. So, like, use that time to tune in to reassess. Some moon messages. Oops. A new romantic cycle begins, and that's Venus. Time to take action towards the end of the month in Aries. So use 3/4 of the month to really tune in. And once you see Venus goes into Pisces and we have the new solar eclipse, the end of the month in Aries, the new moon in Aries, it's going to be the 29th. It's going to be a partial solar eclipse. So we have the blood lunar eclipse on the 13th, 14th in Virgo. That's the big one. And then we have the solar partial eclipse in Aries on the 28th, 29th, depending on where you are, and the energies last a few days. A win-win outcome is forecasted. So Libra is showing up in this reading a lot. So yeah, it's going to be a positive outcome regardless. If it's not what you think it's supposed to be, it's going to be positive. One more. Moon message. Bring love into the situation. Anything that you're conflicted with, anything that you're struggling with, look at it from the lens of love. Our healing center here in Clayton is called Love Over Everything. And it's because the frequency of love is so profound that it encompasses so much of the lower energies. And when you surrender to love, you see things through different lenses. Your heart really sinks in and has more compassion, more grace, more forgiveness, more understanding. Now, my big thing is unconditional love is not unconditional tolerance of people's behavior. You have to discern and understand that you still need to have boundaries and you still need to choose you while considering those and having compassion for them. The divine director. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you're being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Thank you. What other messages from the keepers of the light do we have? And if you're feeling my vibe, you like my energy, please subscribe and share this video. And comment with an emoji, a heart emoji, letting me know that something that you enjoy or look forward to. Divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Lady Portia. We're constantly learning and growing. So you want to introspect. What is this trying to teach me? What do I need to learn? How can I respond differently? Saint Germain. No, experiencing grace, sharing your gifts of grace, waves of inspiration, and love coming your way. There's a lot of love, 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 love. So new love cycles, love is coming to you, inspiration is coming to you. So remember, dream, think, absorb, allow yourself to go with the currents of the Pisces waters. It's such a beautiful energy. Divine alchemy, move beyond your current challenges, focus on what you desire. Those are all great messages for us because remember, we're spiritual beings living a human existence and not the other way around. So we need to surrender to the lessons and growth and know that we are held by the divine. We also have a soul that's eternal, that has moved from lifetime to lifetime. So as we tune into the soul, I'm going to pull one soul truth card to see what the final message is. Oops. What am I looking for outside of myself that I already have within me? Are you looking for more guidance, confidence, peace, wisdom, or something else? When we search outside of ourselves, we become overwhelmed, frustrated, and never quite good enough. It is time to go inward and find everything that we seek. All the answers lie within. Breathe in your favorite oil. Inhale deeply into your belly, dropping your shoulders, spending some time hanging out with your soul today. Ask for what you need and be ready to listen for the answers. Much love to you all. Thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed and beautiful March. Take care, beloveds.